Let's move on to the last time I spoke to you on the promise to construct 88 district hospitals. What you told me was that the deadline was coming and that you return from the constituency and the president should make himself available so that you are ready. The two of you will go and commission the hospitals. We didn't see any commissioning.
So now let me give you the background to this issue so that people will understand it, and then we take it from there. It's emanating from their 2016, the N.P.P's 2016 manifesto. In that manifesto, they stated that they were going to build at least one district hospital in districts where there is none, and then upgrade all district hospitals in the country. That's what they stated in their manifesto. The Nana Dankwa government is the only government in the history of Ghana that has spent a full term in office without a single hospital to show that I have completed this hospital. This one, I started it. Not a single one. Now, last year, apart from this promise, the president then came out to promise the good people of this country 88 hospitals and gave a deadline of 1 year, if you recall. Now, after 1 year, not a single block had been made in any part of this country with regard to hospitals. So that was also a fiasco. Now, the 88 hospitals was also upgraded to 111, and they call it Agenda 111 in their 2020 manifesto. Now, this Agenda 111, in the 2021 budget, they stated that they have already spent 600 million Ghana cedis on Agenda 111 in the 2021 budget.
2021 budget?
Yes.
600 million Ghana cedis.
Million Ghana cedis. This is the first time I'm saying this in the public domain. First time.
600 million.
600 in the 2021 budget. They said they have spent 600 million Ghana cedis on Agenda 111.
Okay.
2. In the 2021 budget, they said they had awarded 101 hospitals on contract. 3. In the 2021 budget, they had allocated 1.4 billion Ghana cedis for Agenda 111. Now, follow the argument well, I beg you. Then we came to mid-year review budget 2021. What they were saying in the main budget that they had awarded 101 on contract, in the mid-year review budget, about 5 months down the line, they said they are now doing the architectural design. So are you following? Hello?
No. It said 101 hospitals in the 2021 budget itself. They said they had awarded 101 hospitals on contract, which means that contract. Everything is ready. All the contractor needs to do is to go on site and start work.
Very good.
Because you also talk about 1.4 billion that has been allocated for the project. They had already spent 600 million Ghana cedis.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic. 600 million Ghana cedis. That should be more than 2 hospitals, or you're going 2 ridge or 3.
Don't drink the soup. I'm counting the soup for you.
Okay.
Please, I'm requesting you to take note. Now, people who are following and who don't know the difference between the mid-year review budget and the budget. Budget comes before the mid-year review budget, correct? So in the mid-year review budget, you are supposed to state the progress is made out of the 2021 budget, isn't it? Good. Now, on the issue of the award of 101 district hospitals, in the mid-year review budget, instead of the minister to tell us the progress so far, in the mid-year review budget, it said that we are now doing the architectural design. Hello?
I can hear you.
So, something that they had awarded them contract, 5 years later, 5 months later, they said they are even now doing that architectural design in their own document. Now, something that they had awarded, they had allocated 1.4 billion to. Now, in the mid-year review budget, it was slashed down from 1.4 billion to 779 million. Now, per the records of Parliament, one district hospital, WHO standard, will cost 120 million to 150 million. That is the range.
Ghana cedis
So
or dollars?
Per the allocation in the budget. Per the allocation in the budget. At best, you cannot do more than 5 district hospitals. And we are talking about Agenda 111. That's the first instance. Secondly, this Agenda 111, they have created another job for the boys under it, and they call them coordinators for Agenda 111, and they have moved it from the Ministry of Health and it's directly under Baumia. So now, the coordinators of Agenda 111, whilst we are not even laid a single block, they are driving in last business and we are spending the taxpayers' money on them. In the name of Agenda 111. We are not laid a single block. So we must begin to ask questions. You remember when they said they were going to build dams and they were doing that out, they told us that, oh, as of Ghanaians, they even call that out dams. So that's what we meant. So we must not allow them to go and construct two compounds and come and call them hospitals and tell us that as of Ghanaians, even two compounds are called hospitals. So the question is, what type of district hospitals are we talking about? When are we going to complete? How many are we going to start? Where is the source of funds? What amount of money do we have available? Are they not genuine and legitimate questions? We must begin to answer and ask questions. So the money available for the mid-year review budget for that project is 779 million Ghana cedis. Now, the next point is that, are we putting Ghana first, or we are putting another down to Akufo-Addo first? Because there are a number of abandoned hospitals that have been abandoned for the past 4 to 5 years. So what happens to them? If indeed we are putting Ghana first, so now don't forget that not until these hospitals have been completed and operationalized, we don't have value for money. Because Ghanaians cannot benefit from it. Our money is locked in the abandoned hospitals. So what any responsible government will do is to complete the abandoned ones or the uncompleted ones and fully operationalize them to serve the good people of this country. I can talk about the Senior Hospital, the Afari one, the N.P.P one, the Kumawu one, the Formula one, a lot of such hospitals to them. So we must begin to ask these questions for them to fix those issues. We don't have to wait until they find themselves deep in the mud, then they begin to put up some kind of defense. That, oh, we meant health centers, we didn't mean hospitals. Oh, so we must begin to ask the questions today. So I, as a CPA, as a ranking member on the committee, the money I have seen that we have allocated for this money is 779. This is not more than 5% of it. I have not seen a single drawing for any hospital. The last defending their budget for the 2021 budget. I requested those documents. I have not received them as I speak to you. So, I think the president has been sealed up for far too long. And we must begin to ask questions. And I will have spent about 635 million dollars in the name of Agenda 111, and we are now going to give the grounds for the commencement of such project. Meanwhile, we spent about 635 million Ghana cedis.
You know, when budgets are presented before Parliament, there are usually details that are presented beyond what we see and what they say to us.
Yeah.
Did they clarify what those payments went into? 635 million cities. What did they tell you was spent on?
We asked them, especially when they said they had awarded, we asked them to present documents that we could up to now with no budget. I needed the details of those hospitals they are talking about. They have not submitted any as I speak to you. And this is directly under Baumia. You see, they are now going around to handpick some contractors to go and do that work, and they don't want to go through the due process. So it is a special vehicle they are creating at the first house. Meanwhile, we have a minister in charge of our health in this country.
Okay, so these details are by themselves very confusing, as you put them. But another question that arises is whether or not you know for a fact where the funding is coming from. Are they getting special funding from a particular source, or they having to depend on GOG?
Well, we have not, as I speak to you now, defined where they are going to get their sources from. But you see, even if you are going to go for a loan, it must come through Parliament. You know, the interesting thing about these people is that when they need approval from Parliament for a loan, which of course the lender will not give the loan if it doesn't come through Parliament. That one will come to Parliament because they need the support. But if it is money that is taken out of Ghana government that needs parliamentary approval, they only come because after all, the other party will not be so much interested. And that's why you see the Sputnik 5 saga and 109 million Ghana cedi saga.
So, as far as you know, the total funding that's currently available for Agenda 111, what they've told Parliament is that they have allocated 779, down from 1.4 billion.
Fantastic.
You gave some details. I think when you were saying it, you said it so fast, I couldn't get. You said the WHO standard is for the expenditure of 120 million. Is it dollars or?
Ghana cedis.
Okay, so 120 million cedis to, you gave a range.
120 million Ghana cedis, 150 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
That is the WHO standard district hospital.
Okay. Anyway. And you say it's under the Vice President?
Yes.
Coordinators working under the Vice President.
Talk for the best. And the coordinators are driving in land cruisers as I speak to you now. Not a single block has been leaving anywhere. Larger hospital has been destroyed demolished for some time now. Meanwhile, we've got land cruisers for them. And go and find out the cost of one land cruiser.